Faraway friends, thank you so much for joining us for another edition of Darkeport, Curse of Strahd.
We've been dying to do that.
It's amazing.
For us, it has been over a month since we have sat at this table. For you, perhaps mere moments. So we are genuinely happy to be back here with you. I was just listening to some of the last session that you were playing, Melissa, and I heard the voices, and I was like, oh, I miss these characters.
It's our family reunion.
It kind of is. It kind of is. There have been some real life challenges since last you saw us, but we all made it back. We did. So, and hopefully you did as well. Shout out to our sister stream, Constructed Chaos, Alex Morgan, rest of the Chaos crew, doing their thing, doing all kinds of different stuff and kind of experimenting, all feeding into the same world, so we can take some inspiration from that. That was really, really cool, Alex, what you're doing over there. Always a shout out to our partner Briarwick Candles over here, with custom candles and our signature scent for this campaign.
Seduction.
There you go. She does that much better than I could.
No. That was actually you throwing your voice, and I was just...
That was it. Yeah, it was just super ventriloquism over there. One of my many talents, not...
That would be really cool.
That'd be a little scary, yeah. Girl, I'm having enough problem with the voice acting, okay?
If anyone's ever not here, no one would ever know. You just threw your voice over to their seat. It'd be great.
We'll get one of the Wizard City puppets there, you know?
Amazing.
And we can have
I would love a puppet of me.
An inert puppet show, a fan puppet. Okay. It would be funny if this table got the puppet episode that Donnie's wanted for years before the other one.
Don't tease us.
He would probably kill us.
Yeah.
Probably.
Only if we did it without
Are
it.
you willing to learn how to work them? Have to have a puppet of Strahd. I guess it'd have to be a Strahd, and he would like GM.
You know,
the
I
episode.
don't appreciate the fact that you think I can't already do that.
Oh,
So-
okay. I stand.
It's just appreciating the nails, girl. This is how you're going to get them in
I
nice.
stand happily corrected.
Nails.
And today we are just going to jump right in. We may do a journal entry appended later on, so we'll see.
See what happens. See if I remember how to light a candle.
This puppy rolling.
I like that. I love the fanfare.
That's from Dora the Explorer, by the way. No copyright.
That's a free shout out. Free shout out.
There you go. Well, last we left our traveling troupe, our forcibly evicted people from High Terra who have been shoved into the Nightmare Valley of Barovia. They were leaving the church at the major population center of Vallaki. You had just seen Father Petrovich in his element. He had intimated that there were perhaps some issues going on with the church, but that was not the moment, as he was giving a sermon and are about to give a sermon and kind of in full public motion for the day. Artexia, you had just taken a little spill, and as you attempted to climb up the side of the church, and there were some wild-shaped shenanigans, and surprisingly, I think for all the characters, the charismatic figure of Rictavio had shown himself to also be a priest, actually a true cleric of Pelor, of a perhaps more atavistic or slightly less refined god of light, who was close to the Morning Lord, but felt a little bit different as well. Importantly, not a god known in High Terra. So
Pelor?
Pelor, yeah.
His god is Pelor?
His god is Pelor, yeah.
Pelor.
And he had told you that there was something, there was something that you needed to read if you were going to understand what you were dealing with in Barovia.
How nice to be in a world where you can just say things like you need to read something. So different from our other table.
No, it's true. Right. In the home campaign, virtually nobody had the secret of the word. So this is
Secret.
no. In the standard D&D settings, the default is literacy. So you can just do that.
Let's do it.
And you were healed, I believe, fully. So you are
As if the fall didn't happen.
It's as if the
we can
fall
stop
didn't
mentioning
She
it.
knew that was going to happen. She wasn't worried about it. She knew he was going to come along and heal her. It was all part of the plan.
And all of your NPCs were with you. Yeah, Morgathi, Finny, Ismark, Sasha. You didn't leave.
Gang's all here.
Correct.
You didn't leave anybody behind, I don't believe.
Right.
Okay. So Sasha's almost petting you, almost like you're the cat, like to make sure you're okay. You know. And are you bruised?
Oh my god, I'm trying to get back into this.
Yeah.
So I'm always
It's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute.
Am I turned on by him feeling me right now? Or what's happening? Okay. It's fine. Don't worry about me. I'm like, you just focus on yourself. I'll be fine. And I kind of just like, I accept his petting, but then I kind of shrug it off and go on because I don't want to be coddled. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And you keep right on, and you see Ismark watch that exchange, and he says, "Sosha, she's not a cat right now." And right. So kind of blushes a little bit. Walk back through the streets. You're still drawing stares. You being 6'3" and kind of greenish. Definitely not human.
Not me thinking that you were talking about she was sketching like a staircase.
No.
Sorry. Okay.
So, and as we had established last time, you're not seeing a whole lot in the evidence of non-humans in Vallaki. You maybe see the occasional dwarf or something like that, but everything is just kind of subdued. No big surprise.
If I see like an alcove or somewhere, I might just pull Artexia in to touch up the skies a bit.
Okay, that's right. So you did roll a 20 when I was MTCing you from last time. So like we were talking about before we started recording,
A nat 20.
A nat 20. I feel like
I always roll
dirty
dice when I'm not
20, yes.
rolling.
well, you had rolled the 19. You'd rolled the 19 before, Caitlin. So I feel like
true.
I feel like with the nat 20 on top of that, you basically have that disguise down.
Okay, sweet.
You allow her to touch you up.
Yeah, yes, of course, yeah.
Okay. And remind me, what are you? You're not really trying to do much other than just
Make her
little
whatever looks elven, like take the cheekbones down a
notch,
notch, and make sure the hair is placed just so that the ears aren't showing, which I should have down just from doing
Trying to add a
Yourself,
roundedness rather than the sharp.
Not so, gaunt, much more fed,
Whenever all that, does it feel to me like if I were to touch my face, does it feel like it's changed for me, or
it feels it feels a little weird. It feels a little weird. I mean, most of it is visual, but I'm going to say 95% of it is visual. But maybe there's a little bit of putty that you apply somewhere, or that kind of thing.
Doing some SFX.
all right?
But we're here.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
building some stuff out.
It's a nat 20, and you do have proficiency with it, so you're pulling out all the stops.
You are not the same.
I feel
Try
different.
not to smile or be too happy because
Yeah, seriously.
Right.
Seriously, yeah.
No joy allowed.
Yeah, no joy.
I mean, hey, you'll fit right in.
Around here, we're gonna get in trouble if not smiling.
No, yeah, we're not
Well,
smiling.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I leave just enough give where it won't crack when
It
you
won't crack.
smile.
Of course, Artexia is famously restrained in her reactions.
very.
So,
So subtle.
I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it.
Putting the B in subtle.
are you? Rictavio doesn't offer anything on the way back. How is Durgan feeling about or processing the fact that another god of light has joined?
Oh, he loves it.
Oh, great. Good.
Okay.
You're down with it.
No, it's one more crack in this place.
Yeah, you're shaking your head no, and then you said he loves it. He loves it.
Okay, it's just astonishment.
No, it's just the more things like that he sees coming into Barovia and helping to disrupt this
Yeah.
perpetual gloom is a good thing.
Noted. You get... Yeah, actually do that. Okay. You make it back to the Blue Water Inn without incident.
Wow.
That kind of weird... The weird split level, where it has the mezzanine inside, the broken up mezzanine, where they're like big, like two different sections to it. And of course, to get to the suite that you're going to, and to Octavia's, which are sharing a wall, you're going to have to walk on the outside stairway and then get in, like an apartment above a garage or something.
Right on the way, as people are staring at whatever gear it is, like however they're kind of reacting, she'll just gently, wave, friendly, maybe little small smile, like
I'm gonna change their minds.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Give me a persuasion check.
just like casually.
Yeah. I want to see how some of them are taking it.
This goes. 9.
Okay. Frederick, come here. And they're shuffling their children away from you. There's a patrol. There are 2 guards, and they're really, as you're passing, they slow down and they're kind of eyeballing the group. But Rotavio turns on the charm and just gives them a blessed day, gentlemen. And then his face goes right back to being somber as he's going on, and they're like, "Hey!" So they might even recognize him from some of his performances in the inn. He's been here because he's been here a while.
Is he heading up to his room? Where's he headed? Be like, hey. Care to join me for beer? I want to know what your deal is since you keep showing up.
If you like. I had thought, though, that the sooner that I convey this information, the better. For your sake.
Well, convey away over a beer.
I think he wants
Gears.
privacy.
You found beer?
Very right. There's no beer here. Dang it.
Well, there's that.
All right, in our room if that's what you prefer. But we need to chat.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So, you dutifully file up the stairs. He gets to his room, unlocks the door, and he says, "Which chamber? It makes no difference to me."
Yours is fine. Let's go in.
Very well. Thanks.
I'm happy about that because now I can actually look around better. I'm like, and now I want to keep if that journal is still there, if the things are out of sight this time, him knowing that we're coming. I want to see if he's hiding
different.
things. Yeah. Yeah.
I like the way you think.
So, I appreciate that. First, make a deception roll for me as you walk in.
Be sneaky.
Are we all going in, or just like a couple?
It's feeling spicy on the green
I'll
one.
go.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cozy in there.
Everybody.
Fuck. Hold on. All right.
Probably not.
8.
Okay. He glances over at you.
Dang it.
And you see an eyebrow.
Well, for all he knows,
But he
I'm
doesn't-
just looking at.
He doesn't say anything.
I know.
Doesn't say anything. And now go ahead and make that perception check.
Okay.
See if anything's different.
I'm gonna use this one. This one seems to be my bread and butter. I'm gonna use her. All right. You said perception, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 20.
Hell yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nice dirty 20.
There, twin.
They're 20.
All right. You look around. As far as you can tell, actually, it's even more spread out here. There's even more stuff that's going on. In fact, you see, it looks like he's beginning to stitch together some puppets for some sort of show. It looks like he's working on some kind of other little leather project that's kind of folded up currently and tucked. But there's their tiny little blades there and little pair of scissors.
So the journal's not. So the journal's still there, just sitting there.
Journal's still there. Journal's probably, yeah. I mean, it's probably closed and off to one side.
Right, but it's still just okay.
It's inside.
Okay.
And he Yeah, you don't need to roll for this. He was quiet about it, but he did glance out to see if anyone was watching this entire group gathering in one room. And I just get a visual for myself here.
That's actually a good point. Gira's probably also paying attention. Like, as everyone's filing into the room, she'll plan on going last or one of the last, and she'll kind of look over the balcony and scan the room real good.
As I remember, this was still relatively early in the day. So it's pretty deserted down there.
And it was a late night last night.
Yeah, it was. There were one or two, like literally one or two regulars down there, but they don't really seem to be paying you any more or less attention than normal. So this is a well-timed moment to do this kind of thing. For
kind of take a note of what they look like in case they are following us later.
Okay, go ahead and note that down. Done.
No,
Yeah.
yay!
Put the die down. He didn't say anything.
If anyone starts spreading rumors, we know who it is.
And this room, much like yours, has 2 beds, but because it's just him in here, he's essentially taken the one bed and turned it into an additional desk.
Nice.
So yeah, he has various projects. So that's probably, Kenzie, that's probably what you're really seeing, is that it looks like he's taken out a bunch of these different projects, like maybe half a dozen of them. And as you're looking at them, like there's quite a range. Some of them you can easily identify, and some of them you can't.
And they seem incomplete?
Yeah. And you hear, "Don't get into that, young man."
Finny.
Well, I'm not really that young. And he looks over at him and shakes his head, and then
Gira, get Finny.
sits down, and Ismark leans over. "Can I, am I allowed to spank Finny?"
He is not a child. Though he acts like it sometimes.
Right, well, you said it, not me.
Say, well, what can we do to him?
I have an idea for a rule for our group. No one spanks anyone. Can we all agree on that?
Agreed.
Yeah!
And Finny can try not to touch everything that isn't his, Finny?
I can try.
Well, we can try not to hit you.
That makes a good point.
Yes. The mother of the group.
Finny, we don't take him from friends, and so far he seems to be a friend.
I don't know about all that.
I wasn't gonna, Rictavio just kind of, and Finny says, "Well, I wasn't gonna take anything, Gira. I was just gonna make sure that he didn't lose anything.
Oh my god.
I'm providing a valuable service."
Ask his permission first.
Ding, ding.
Little halo appears.
Yeah.
She'll do the light.
And Rick
Pull string.
Rictavio says a valuable service.
Apologies for my friend here. His fingers are itchy.
Halfling, no?
Aye.
Looks,
You know of them.
I do. But all of you are from the same land or different?
The same.
Interesting. Often it happens that the mists gather people from many different realms, and yet all of you arrived together at the same time?
Really?
We were together in our land by chance when we arrived here together.
No such thing.
We didn't know each other before this. We just ran into each other, and then next thing we know, we were here.
That same day.
A friendly campfire of strangers. Mostly.
Aye. We were all on the road traveling.
I see.
Wait, didn't we just fall asleep and then woke up here? Yeah.
Yep. And there were no Festani luring you here? Interesting.
What would that look like?
Yeah, not to our knowledge, at least.
Yeah, what would
What do
that-
we know?
From time to time, you have what they call mist dancers. At least some of them, the traditional way is they wear a scarf of gray and black. It's supposed to signify the mists. And even this blockhead of a noble who's running this town, he won't touch them. You know, Vistani aren't supposed to be within. Of course, that has about as that has about as much pull as Swiss cheese. You know, in terms of solidity of law. I mean, plenty of Vistani get in. That's my point. But
Like last night.
exactly. The mist dancers, though, no one wants to cross them. They're too important and they're too dangerous because they can travel. They have honed the skill through various rituals and, yes, an actual literal dance.
And how
what would
did
be
you...
the reason that they would want to be luring people here?
Well, unfortunately, some of the Vistani have, over the long, long time that Barovia has been sealed away from all other realms, they've become, some of them, perhaps most of them, have become bent to, well, his will. They see themselves as, some of them have deluded themselves into even believing that it's a kind of partnership. And so he'll take people from various areas and very different pretexts, you understand. They're not saying, hey, come here for the entertainment of the Dreadlord. They, you know, sometimes it's treasure, sometimes it's forbidden knowledge. He looks over at Morgathi. Morgathi just rolls his eyes. Sometimes it's travel. Sometimes it's promises of romance. Depends. They're very cunning in terms of telling you what you need to hear to get you to join them on their little travel back and forth. Interestingly, though, the local the ones who I know more about them, I believe there's also an encampment near Zer Falls, if that means anything to you.
Means a little bit.
Huh. So did you come from the east of the valley or the west? Did you come through Barovia village or through...
Where did you come from? You're asking us all of these questions, and yet you still haven't told us what you say we need to know.
Yeah, kind of my fault. I interrupted him. I was asking questions.
I don't know.
was curious.
He seems deceitful. Tell us.
Deceitful? I always tell the truth for those with ears to hear, my dear.
But suddenly, we don't know you whatsoever. You're here making a spectacle of yourself all around while coming over wanting to heal me. I'm confused. Can you tell us what's happening? Who are you?
I am absolutely making a spectacle of myself because the best way to hide is in plain sight. And the best way to disarm people is to make them think you're the fool.
That is true.
He says, very well.
Answer your question through Barovia. And no, there aren't any Vistani. The mist simply surrounded us and pulled us in.
It was less lure and more trap.
Trap.
First, it looked like some sort of unnatural storm rolling through.
Lure indicates or insinuates some sort of choice.
6 chosen. At the same time, from the same place.
Yeah.
That,
But you did not answer my friend's question. How is it that you find yourself here?
for me,
Lure or trap?
a one-way trip, and we'll leave it at that.
Of your choice.
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
let's go. I didn't even know you had that. What? Since when have you had that?
It's a really good point. Yeah, why not? Let's use a little subtle spell on it.
Okay, I was going to say, are you casting?
I was weighing the possibility of just putting up with the fact that he knew that I was gonna do it, because I kind of look like the bitch that would do it anyway.
No, that is fair.
Why not? I'll go ahead and use some subtle spell. I got plenty of meta magic right now.
Okay.
Detect plot.
And while I am looking something up, Caitlin, will you read that out so everybody knows?
Yeah, for the duration, I can read the thoughts of a certain creature, this homie Rictavium. So when I cast it as my action, on each turn until the spell ends, I can focus my mind on any one of them within 30 feet. That doesn't matter right now.
Right.
And then There is a rule that's not on this card that I can pull up as far as like delving deeper into.
Right. It's a whole series of. I remember that. Yeah, it's a whole series of things. What's the duration, hun?
1 minute.
No, that's what I thought. Okay.
And it is concentration. Hopefully that won't matter too much right now.
Just want to make sure. Yep, there it is. Okay.
There's some save where he can pick up what's happening.
If I'm trying to like delve deeper in, that's why I'm gonna pull that up real quick.
Oh, so just that first layer is like...
Yeah.
I think the first layer.
So I don't have to do
surface
anything
thoughts.
to
the
get
first
to
layer
the
you just
surface.
get right.
So
You just scan.
you initially
Just
learn the
I
surface
think I
thoughts of
get
the
that.
creature,
Yeah, I get that.
what's
Yeah.
most on their mind at the moment.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
And
definitely
then
fit that.
as an action, I can shift my attention to another creature, or I can attempt to probe deeper into the same creature's mind.
Right.
So if I do that, they have to make a wisdom saving
Right.
throw.
That's when the saving throw comes in. Yep. Okay. So, how do you formulate that? This is almost like a psionic. This is almost like a psychic ability because there's no outside tell at all. As you pull up the eldritch energies and you substitute with them what would normally take place in the physical world that you would have to channel it instead. So it's almost like your energetic body is moving in lieu of your physical body. And how do you conceptualize that in your mind? Like, how are you connecting with him?
So for Farron, each of her hands kind of representative of either moon that rules her.
Right.
And so instead of using her hands, she would kind of see those two moons and maybe they would kind of overlap. And then she will look into that until she starts to see into the mind. She would kind of focus on that as like a meditative point, those two overlapping moons, until she sees into the mind.
That's awesome.
It's cool.
And you use this.
I love it.
You used this
Moon to
before.
my moon.
You used this before on the. Right. You used this before on the midnight visitor to your camp a couple sessions ago. Yeah. Okay, so if you remember, that mind was like all over the frickin' place.
That was a mess.
And like a maelstrom of thought. As you peer and you look into this mind, there's nothing but mist.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'll try to see if I can delve any deeper.
What?
But that's telling in and of itself. Holy fuck.
Give me a. I'm going to have him roll at do you want to roll a deception at advantage, or do you want him to roll something at disadvantage?
I have him roll it.
At disadvantage? Okay.
The way my dice have been acting.
Okay.
Lord only knows.
He glances over in your direction, but you can't tell if that was just like a coincidental, because he's looking all around. You can't tell if that was a coincidental kind of conversational twitch, or if
She's prepared to deal with the consequences
Okay.
of him knowing that she's trying to do this.
Okay.
But she would prefer if he didn't.
and then you're going to try to delve. You're going to try to delve deeper. All right.
Let's do it.
Into the mist of his mind.
Yo,
It's just mist as far as your thoughts go.
bro, what? This guy isn't real. This guy is not real.
Okay.
And
That is very interesting information to have.
Vattery has a barrier up.
Well,
A real intense
Yes.
barrier. We
so
can chat about it later. You guys don't know this is happening.
he was reaching. Yeah, Farron just gets very thoughtful.
Yeah, Farron is staring into space. Y'all might.
she
be
never
able
gets
to
like that, so I noticed.
Imagine she's just
She's
staring
being
there
really
really
quiet.
narrowing her eyes at him.
You're not talking or look irritated.
isn't out of
What are
character.
you doing?
You know who really notices this?
being really
She even
rude.
blinked. Okay.
You know who really notices this? Morgathy, of course. Yeah, he's like,
And why is he always on my ass? He's paying too much attention. My business.
Everyone for real.
Rictavio reaches under the desk, and you see his hand. It's a soft sound, but something makes a sound before his hand actually touches the bottom of it,
Isn't this a hotel room? Okay.
and then
He's been here.
He's been here
who
for
knows how
a while.
long.
Right, yeah.
and as the air kind of ripples, something had been shielded there, and he takes away. It looks like a cross between an Encyclopedia Britannica and a journal. and it has a faded red tassel, like a faded red silk tassel to keep your place.
Faded red tassel.
Justin, as he presents it, actually, he doesn't present it to you. He just kind of presents it to the group.
Yep.
But as he presents it, and he turns to the page that had been marked with the tassel, you get a kind of an icky feeling from the book. And he has it grim-faced.
What is this?
A glimpse into the mind of the enemy.
Wait.
I don't know if you should be looking at that.
Is this book from...
Yes. And it is our lives if he learns that is sitting in this room. Mine, at least.
How did you get it?
I'm good.
Okay, I'll give it a look.
And this isn't my first.
Morgathy, go with him.
He says,
I don't leave the room. I'm just gonna.
No, but I want him to look
Yeah,
with you.
Kira gets really interested. She wants to read it too.
If somebody has seen weird books in this room, I feel like it's Morgathy, so I would like him to look with you.
one or two.
Mm-hmm.
It's not usually what suave older men are trying to show me, but you know. So
I'm not even going to subtle spell. I'm going to fully cover my mouth and use message to tell Durgan, I don't trust him. Be careful.
Okay.
Do not respond.
That's it. My wife
Justin, so I was debating this, like, basically how this was going to flow best. But do you want me to read this out loud? Do you want to read this? Do you want to read this out loud, or do you just want to read this and give the rest of the group a summary?
That's a lot. I can read that and do a summary or whatever.
I am reading over his shoulder.
Right.
Okay.
Because I can.
Okay.
All right. So I guess the rest of the conversation is being had while I'm looking this thing over.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And how did you come across some book belonging to him?
Because I'm very good at what I do.
And what do you do exactly, other than have a weird caravan and work for some other light god?
Finally, someone asking good questions.
What do you think?
I don't think about you. I've never met you till like a few minutes ago. I don't think about you, so you can go ahead and answer the question.
You're going to have to be faster on your feet than that. You're going to have to be able to size people up instantly.
Okay, I think that you're a deceiver and I don't fucking trust you.
Kira looks up.
It's a
You're
start.
Storyteller.
That is one of my capacities, yes.
And probably magician. She goes back to reading over her shoulder.
And what are your plans here? Have you thought about how you're going to get out? You clearly don't want to be here.
I'm hoping that somebody on our end from our world is doing their best to apprehend us out of this place. But as far as a way out, everyone else's guess is as good as mine. We have a few options we're considering. I would like to hear you out if you have any wonderful suggestions about that. But really hard for me to trust some guy who won't even tell me how he got this scary-ass book and who doesn't really want to be forthcoming about how he got here, who he is, or what he does.
And you,
Yeah. What?
in more danger than any of us, except possibly myself.
We've got her covered, okay?
Do you?
Yes.
Tell me what you know. I suddenly get scared.
I don't say this to scare you, just so that you understand what the stakes are. The rest of them, he'll kill. You, he'll take as one of his brides. Most likely.
What? Why?
You're an elf. He has an affinity for them, of the female variety.
So that's why they aren't around.
About to say, why? That's why there's none in here? What does he do To his brides.
It's one reason, yes.
Oh, the house looked pretty sick.
Have you met any of them?
No, we haven't met any other elf here.
Sorry.
We did meet a bride.
His brides.
Oh.
Because one of them is damn interested in Valaki right now, and that's the other thing I was going to warn you about if you're going to be running around here.
We did see one.
We talking about the woman in the mist?
Ludmilla.
The very one.
She met us when we left the Durst Manor, once we had managed to escape that place.
She's what you might think of his ambassador. She's probably the most dangerous out of them, which is saying something. But they all have their deadly aspects. For example, the one who's focused on here right now, Lady Karolova, believe her given name is Anastasia, but she's very status conscious. She comes from a noble, well, an extinct, but a noble family that used to exist in this valley. Karolova is cunning, vain, vicious. She has none of Ludmilla's intellectualism, as far as I can tell, nor her curiosity. She just wants what she wants.
And what does she want from Valaki?
Make a persuasion check.
I know she's dangerous. Why is she talking to us?
16.
Truth be told, I'm trying to find that out. I have already found vampire spore here. Leavings that tell me that she's gathering a force, which is not good news for the town at all. It means that if she's willing to be that brazen and lure spawn in of their own accord, understand the Dreadlord, as far as I can tell, I haven't been here long enough to be 100% certain, but as far as I can tell, the Dreadlord, who is the master vampire, obviously, each of them makes decisions about how their blood is used. Each of them makes decisions about their lineages. I don't believe that even the brides are permitted by the blood, by the way he's applied it to them, to make more vampire. I.e., he controls who can be turned and who can't be. So, that...
But they do have some manner of control over them. The brides.
Yes, Karolova maybe most of all, actually. So, in her case, she inherited Strahd's ability. Inherited, I don't know if that's the correct word, but she possesses Strahd's ability to bend men's wills to them. I don't know if Ludmilla can do that or not. I don't think so. Each of the brides seems to manifest one of his strongest facets.
So they each have their own particular strength.
Yes.
Do each of them have a particular weakness?
If you count extreme vanity as a weakness, yes, actually.
It is.
Ludmilla, for example, she can't resist a mystery. She has to know things. I think she's desperate for novelty and new information after these long centuries. And she, of course, is the keenest mind out of the brides, perhaps equal to Strahd's. Like I said, Karolova used to be a rather famous noblewoman from what I've gathered, and held fabulous parties and knew everyone who came in and out. And her family was here before the valley was sealed, you understand? It goes that far back. So she has a sense of diminishment, probably resentment, but I don't know if you could ever get her to turn on her master. I think that's impossible. There are others. I have not encountered the one that they call the Red Death, but apparently she is the most physically powerful and bloodthirsty of them. So she'll randomly just murder people and drain them dry.
Do you know how many brides he has?
I know there are at least 3. There may be more, though.
Are they all elves?
No. But there are failures in his past. I don't know how much of this is my story to tell, and I know that sounds like I'm dissembling. I'm not. He looks at you. Farron, right?
Yeah.
It's just, there is great sorrow that those poor bastards, the Dusk Elves, have suffered in this valley. I know you're not a Dusk Elf yourself, but I do believe that if you go far enough back, all elves have a common lineage. That's what I understand from men wiser than myself.
I feel I was taught that growing up as well, yes.
So, for however distant these cousins are of yours, when you see them, brace yourself. If you come from a land as bright as what I perceive you to be, then their state's going to be shocking. Enough said about that.
Well, you said a lot without answering any of my original questions, so it'd be great if you could just let us know a little bit more about why you know any of this shit.
I'm sure it would be. It's not healthy. It's really for the best.
Well, what's your motivation then to gain all this information? What are you trying to do?
Isn't it obvious?
You keep saying, like, I should know things. I have no idea what the hell is going on here. I'm putting together a billion pieces every day. So if you could give me a little grace.
Keep at it.
Trying to
I believe in you.
He's trying to kill Strahd, take him down.
I didn't
And
hear that.
try to find his weaknesses. And you believe it could be the wives. Now, why did that one come to us again?
She just kind of met us at the end of the whole Durst Manor thing, and
What?
What did she...
Wait. You went through the manor?
yeah.
Yeah, it almost killed us.
We arrived just outside of it.
This
Mist
is making
forced
no
us in.
sense to me. Damn it.
That's where we first were with the mists, and we made our way through, and then
She was clapping.
she was out there waiting for us, basically, yeah.
We didn't have any other choice. We had to go inside. The mists forced us inside.
Yeah.
So...
No, I understand that, but look, I've been chosen a long time. Long enough that I'm actually on the back end of it now. And chosen only becomes stronger through trial and tribulation. You know that, right? Well, maybe you don't, but
Yes.
they do. That's the way of it. That is the one universal thing I've seen in all realms about us in all places that I've traveled to, and I've traveled to quite a few.
Wait, do you think that whoever brought us here is purposely trying to make us stronger?
It potentially.
Brought us through specifically to take him down.
Is that why we were chosen?
Maybe it's a hunting for
Why
sport
else
type
get so
of...
many chosen from the same place, a different method from what is usual?
When Strahd, I'll tell you this much. When Strahd wants pure entertainment, that's what I assumed, because that's what I've seen. But when he wants pure entertainment, he'll snatch 2, maybe 3, and they never come from a cohesive background. You understand? It keeps them off balance. It keeps them bickering. It keeps it impossible for them to coordinate, or difficult for them to coordinate. The fact that all of you, however different you are, I don't care. But the fact that you all came from some sort of common realm, and then were deliberately put through a trial. There was a cult there for a long time, but they're long dead in the Durst Manor.
Yes, but the chanting still keeps going.
I was in Barovia. I didn't go into the manor itself, but I was in Barovia not that long ago. I mean, I have some idea. And Ismark says, "Wait! You said that you're in my village. We would have known. We would have. I like your wagon." And Rotavio smiles a little bit at Sasha, and he says, "No, when I travel, I have ways of obfuscating myself and making it very difficult to spot me. I don't need Rictavio to be seen going all over hell and creation, gathering information and making alliances. That wouldn't do at all." Are you done, Justin? Okay. Go ahead and pass it to Melissa.
Is this
Because she was reading over your shoulder, so.
is this genuine?
Mm-hmm. Well, as far as I've been able to confirm. But pieces of that I have confirmed independently, yes.
Shall I give everyone at least the overview of what this is saying?
Please.
Let's pass it to Gira because she was...
I'm going to need to follow along.
I know, but I'm going to continue this conversation while Melissa's reading
I'll
so
give
that
it
she
back.
has it. Yeah, and then she can
I
give it
can
back
read
to you.
fast.
Okay, but,
Or do you want to hang on to it and I'll just pretend like I already read it?
There's enough time. Go ahead.
but I'm not... Okay, I can't remember.
No, she'll
There's
give
a
it
lot
back
to remember.
Yeah, she'll give it back. Okay, so yeah.
All of it?
Yeah.
That's why I say there's a lot to remember.
You got it. You have a powerful intuition that may keep you alive.
I've been on my own for a while. I had to develop it, so.
I feel that. You have a rare, again, it surprises me that he's allowed, well, then obviously he didn't allow in. That doesn't make sense. Again, this doesn't make sense. There's usually a theme. So I know that there was a group, 12 years back. And that was maybe the test run for you people. It's the only other group that I've heard of that is both diverse but even they didn't all come from the same place.
And you were not a part of that group?
12 years is a long time in between for someone to deliberately be doing this.
Not for vampires.
Right, I was about to say, as an elf.
Well, let's ask the plain question. You think that this is someone other than him trying to make this happen? Bringing people in, especially when it doesn't follow a normal pattern.
It doesn't follow the pattern. And the last group gave him everything he could handle. But they didn't have all the pieces that they needed. I'll give you one piece from them. This is the only thing that I've been able to discern from the last group that tried this. Apparently, his boasting about I am the agent, I am the land has something to it. And if you don't find a way around his ability to personally and rapidly manipulate the mist, you're in trouble. I don't have a solution to that yet. It's one of the reasons. I'm determined, but I'm not suicidal.
Do you know anything that holds off the mist?
Yes, but I don't see a viable way of getting one of the Vistani mist dancers to work with us. Me.
Well, they seem pretty open to bribery.
At the end of the day, though, as you'll see, the ones who are local are well into his fold. The ones at the Zur Falls, perhaps less so. They weren't. I did go to the falls, but they weren't in residence there at the time. So I missed that.
So then, what is the next step right now? What do we do?
That's for you to decide. But it seems that you have this young man's best interest at heart, and Ismark gives him a firm nod. I don't envy you that, but I understand. I understand the impulse. Both of you who are have been in conversation with him this whole time, go ahead and make insight checks.
18.
Nat 20.
Nat 20?
Yeah.
Very insightful today.
That's a
Fourth. That's my fourth.
It's pretty good. Yeah, he did not roll well either. You catch, even though he's trying to stay very calm and professional and measured, there's a deeper pain as he says that. For you, that high of a roll versus that low of a roll on him, as his face contorts, your intuition tells you the only pain that would cut that deep on this man is a child. Or maybe a very beloved wife. That's it.
I'm sensing child. I feel like it's child for whatever reason. Okay. And he did just mention our little gifted boy that doesn't know he's gifted yet.
And he said, I don't know. I wouldn't envy you that. And he kind of twists around for a second, and then finally, you need to make very certain of where you place this child.
What if we don't want to place him anywhere? What if we keep him with us?
Well, that's a possibility.
I'll probably die if we do that.
But-
No offense, Sasha, but we're nothing but trouble.
But the truth is that the chosen paths are dangerous and difficult.
What about,
It's not an easy. I'm not saying it's an easy choice.
what do you know about the, wine country? The scarecrows.
I heard that it had been disrupted, but that's not much. Let's see.
Option to head that direction that could then lead to a placement for Sasha somewhere. So just wondering if you know anything about the area.
In less than a day, you could get to, even from Valaki, you could get to the winery. At one point, though, the road is going to split, and if you go north, I was eyeballing Kresk and investigating there. Abandoned, there's I'm getting different reports, but there's some sort of monastery there, maybe abandoned, maybe not, but fallen into disrepair anyway.
And you're personally going to go investigate?
I may. Depends on... I shouldn't be telling you people this, but I'm torn about Valaki, to be honest. I want to ensure the safety of, at least on some minimal level, the city. But I don't know, it may just be too big to protect. It may... I still haven't figured out what Karolova wants here.
Is the leadership of the city or anyone else here aware of this impending threat from Karolova?
He'd clap me in irons.
So you're the only one who seems to have a suspicion about that.
I think he's the only one who cares at this point. Everyone seems complacent in their lives here. They have no hope.
They're beaten down. The Mardikovs, they're generally good folk, but, they've got their own issues, and they want to keep it that way. I'm a little surprised that they reached out to you that directly. They must be pretty desperate, or at least the son here. I think of him as the son, but the son here is desperate enough and worried enough about his family.
I think he is. And how... Have you heard about this whole scarecrow threat? How dangerous do you think it really is to go out there?
Well, I know two things I can tell you about that. One of them is that a grand hag is no joke, and that's who's generating these scarecrows. I don't know if you knew that already. And I also know that there is a manor. I mean, they say it's haunted, but it sounds like it's been... Like, there might be some poltergeist activity. At some point, it was a seat of resistance to Strahd. That's the manor, southwest of here. It was a seat of resistance to Strahd, and finally it was overcome. I have not poked my snout into there, but that's another potential place I might go. See if there's anything I can gather. See if there's anything that I can... Maybe even some kind of items or gear that were left over there. They were warriors, knights, or some kind of order. It's pretty difficult to find information, though. Everyone's terrified. That's the short way of saying it.
Seems that way. We're fitting right in.
All right, Durgan, you are gonna... you're about done.
Hey. So assuming that this is genuine. It's in Strahd's voice. And he claims to have been a warrior once on the side of good and just gods. And that basically the constant warfare wore down his soul. And that he basically there was nothing left but his death. And eventually he and his family came here to this land, so obviously this place existed before him.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And he must have changed it somehow. He brought a brother of his named Sergei. And apparently he was very jealous of his younger brother being youthful and handsome. Some rambling in here about his youth slipping away and how he wasted it.
As Rictavio, older just kind of shrugs and snorts.
And then he became... It was a woman named Tatiana. Apparently she caught his eye, but she did not reciprocate his love or his desire, but fell in fact for his brother, Sergei, which of course set him off.
Wow, that sucks.
Villain origin story.
Well, the gist of it is, it looks like Tatiana and Sergei were due to be married, and on the wedding day, he killed his own brother.
Great.
And it drove Tatiana to kill herself by throwing herself off of the Castle Ravenloft's walls.
As he was chasing her.
But wasn't it also the same day he made the pact?
Oh, there's a pact.
He didn't just kill his brother.
There's always a pact.
He used his brother as some sort of packed blood.
Oh, great.
Which I assume maybe that's what he is today.
Blood magic.
Whatever it is that he actually turned himself into. He didn't want to die.
So he gets to be alive forever and miserable forever about fucking up his life.
He gets to be
He's still obsessed.
existing forever.
And he never actually found the body. And so he thinks that this Tatiana, young woman, is somehow out there somewhere to be found.
Let me guess, she's an elf.
Well,
Was.
I do
This-
big gulp.
Something in there that he made a pact for her as well.
Uh-oh.
What if it actually succeeded, and that's why she survived that very high fall?
It's not clear.
Or something else helped her.
But he definitely claims himself to be a vampire.
If he was alive, why wouldn't she have made herself known?
She's scared of that big bad boy.
It says that she taunts her,
Aye.
which indicates she is not dead.
Well, the memory could...
Or it's in his own fractured mind.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
consider the source. So even if that's what he honestly believes, Durgan Oakenshield, that doesn't mean that that's objectively what happened.
Aye.
Tactically, there is something very important in there.
Aye.
He did not build Ravenloft.
No, he did not.
No.
Conquered this valley from some other people. There might be some portions of the castle he may not be aware of. There may be other ways in that he doesn't know.
Aye, that's true. Now, he does say he stays down below in the lower parts of the castle. And like all the stories about vampires, he fears the sun, all those sorts of things.
Which he's fixed with these clouds.
But if I'm understanding this right, his brother brought some sort of a weapon with him,
He did.
and he hates it. He fears it as much as he hates the sun. And even though apparently a stake through his heart or what have you doesn't actually kill him, this sword, he fears it as much as the sun.
But a stake in his heart does make him not move.
Aye.
Cut the head off and burn the body if you ever get the chance. That would be my advice.
So the gist of it is that he conquered this land in some way. He made a pact with some sort of devil, some sort of evil power to turn himself into whatever it is he is. And he's still obsessed with finding this Tatiana. I don't really quite understand if that means that she's truly alive or if he's just, well, delusional.
There have been other ramblings of his as he reaches for the journal. He says, as you can see, there are hundreds of pages in here. But if you go through and he starts leafing through, he says, whether or not this happened, I don't know, but he believes that he's run into her, that he's found her at different points and at different times.
And he's obsessed with making her love him.
Does he think he's finding her in different people? As if her soul is traveling?
Well, to have him tell it, yes. And I think you've already felt this. If you haven't, you will soon. When I say it's a one-way trip, I'm not kidding. I mean that literally. Once you die in Barovia, your soul doesn't leave. Don't die here.
Back with Gaia.
Don't die here.
You're not dying here. We're not dying here, so we don't need to worry about it. We'll be out of here soon enough.
Thanks of the fall that I just had.
Well, you might die here, but...
Kira looks over at Sasha, and she's not going to say anything, but she looks over at Sasha and Esmark, recalling the stories of he's seen his mom in the march.
Ismark looks at you, looks at Sasha, and for once, Sasha just is kind of staring off into space and either too much or doesn't really understand or doesn't want to understand.
Yeah, that's a lot.
He hasn't. How new is this?
It's not. That passage is not. There are other passages that, I don't know, maybe 100 years on. This thing is ancient.
He's still looking for that weapon, that sword.
Do you think that's
So he doesn't
on
know
that
where
we
it
heard
is.
about before?
Maybe. Somebody hasn't found it since this was written.
Is that the name?
It was a name we were told. I can't say for sure it's the name of the sword. Something we were told we could use to defeat him.
That makes more sense now. Dawn isn't a person, Dawn is a weapon. Okay, that makes what she said make more sense.
I'm coming
to
from
the
people
sun.
name their weapons
Okay.
sometimes.
No, where I come from, they don't. So that's, interesting. All right.
Can't say for sure. Just trying to put pieces together.
No. That.
They don't name their magical items. How else do they imbue it with belief?
There's none here.
You have no belief.
Look,
I get the feeling that we come from, although we worship gods that are very similar, Durgan, that we come from fundamentally different experiences.
I have no doubt.
This is not my domain, but the domain that it was the home of my birth is not that different. Our Dreadlord is just less obnoxious. It's more a kind of absentee landlord, if you want. This one is very much hands-on, unfortunately.
This is why women should rule.
No comment.
Hell of a thing to say.
I was about to say, what's the word
Where we
for
come from,
amen?
it's working out
Gaia. Hallelujah.
Actually, that's a good point for about 40,000 years. Yeah. As you're having this conversation, all of you are kind of gripped. Apparently, even Rotavio, because he kind of stops and looks. And the chosen in the room are all. Y'all start to feel something like in the air, almost something at the edge of consciousness that's kind of.
More than the book.
Yeah, but like maybe something to do with the book, and it feels vaguely. It feels vaguely familiar, but you don't quite have that.
It's closed and out of hand.
Yeah, no. Rotavio's taken it.
If we start
Too late
feeling
now.
that,
Taken aback at this point, and at that moment you hear a set of light footsteps approaching the door. What is everybody doing?
Does anyone have a hiding spell? Like we can cloak the book that is there?
He
As
does.
soon as he takes the tome, and it's almost like it's magnetized. He takes the tome and kind of, and then you see it.
Back in the hidey spot.
Yep.
I'll move to the side of the room where if you opened the door, you wouldn't be able to see and kind of signal everyone
I'm also
to that side of the room.
shifting my weight slightly and kind of motioning a couple other people.
That way, if he opened the door, we would be at least on
Right.
the
At
other
least
side.
partially.
Clearing a path so he can get to the door.
Okay. And as you shift up, he gets up and you see he puts the mask back on. The smile, the chipper walk, even the chipper walk.
Turn. This has a moment of like, I know this feeling when she switches into like diplomat mode. She like clocks at it.
And you'd almost forgotten in all this that he is a half elf. because his ears are more subdued than yours, and his features are probably more human than elf. But he's definitely of two peoples. But you see kind of the ears a little bit more prominently in that motion, like he's playing that aspect of himself up. And then he comes over, opens the door, and wonderful, come on in. And that is where we will go to intermission.
Have mercy.
Who is it?
Yay, we'll pause the deal there. Far away friends, I'll be back in just a bit. Enjoy the show. Thank you so much. See you on the other side.
Bye.
Eldritch Foundry is evolving. Bringing you a virtual army of miniatures like never before in full tabletop-ready color. Paint your miniatures in our upgraded creation tool and bring them to life in stunning one-to-one detail as 3D printed miniature masterpieces. With complete control over your digital color scheme, you can point and click for simple color fills or go all in on highlights, shading, brush techniques, and more. Create epic heroes and madness-touched monsters that are truly yours. Miniatures are 3D printed in perfect color detail using a new PolyJet 3D printing process, giving you unique, bespoke models ready to delve into any dungeon as part of your next campaign. Everything from one-off player characters to dungeon mobs and boss-level monsters that will make every player in your group jealous. But that's not all. You can take things fully digital and export into leading VTT platforms such as Tailspire and Roll20 to take your games and your custom miniatures wherever you want. Join the adventure of a lifetime. Back our campaign today to help us bring this stunning revolution in custom miniature design to reality. With Eldritch Foundry, full-color 3D design and printing.
Welcome to Constructed Chaos, a D&D live play channel where you get to control the game. Join us on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time for our in-person live stream that allows you to influence our adventures in major ways, from alternate plot points to rerolls to absolute chaos. And tune in on Mondays at 7 for our brand new Chat Plays D&D format where you get to roll the dice and pilot the characters themselves straight from the live stream chat. And between it all, there's tons of homebrew content and guides that we release every single month. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, and until next time, go out there and make some chaos.
I'm Farron Mock. I grew up in Havid, where I existed under the tutelage of my two conflicting parents. My father is an elven sorcerer who gained his power from the Black Moon of Umbra. My mother is also a sorcerer, but she's human, and her power comes from Lucida, the Bright Moon. When I turned 12, I went through the gifting ceremony where I would receive my own powers of sorcery from one of the moons. But something went wrong. Now I exist in a state of division. Half elf, half human, half Umbra, half Lucida. I've never felt like I belonged. And honestly, it's put a pretty big chip on my shoulder. The only person who's ever accepted me for who I am is my dwarven companion, Durgan. He doesn't judge. That's why he's my chosen companion for my trip to Ice's End. While I have to go for my training as a diplomat, I'm really hoping to learn more about the power of the two moons. Maybe then I can embrace one and become whole.
Welcome back, faraway friends. And we have a new friend joining us at the table.
That is.
It's Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah from Wizard City, co-creator and creative director. We do our own little RPG. It's like a light D&D light type of RPG for people wanting to get into it, but maybe can't read a whole entire
Tome.
a library of books to do so. So a little intermediary game, but yeah, I'm super excited to be here today and to play with you guys and be at the Darkeport Studios.
Absolutely.
Welcome.
Awesome here.
Welcome, and y'all are local.
Yes, we are, and we do a lot of events locally.
ATX.
We did our first Wizard City Darkeport crossover last night.
Yes, the show and tell at Merfolk's Coffee.
Went really
Yes,
well.
it was awesome.
I'm gonna go back. It was good.
We will gladly have you back.
Thank you for inviting me to that.
Yes, of course, of course.
Get that for the record. All right, y'all.
Official thank you.
And so we are back with our people. Your lovely host has just opened the door. Your character is a far cry from stupid, so you can hear other humans, you can hear other people in the room, but you're like, okay, guys, we're kind of doing the Scooby-Doo thing. Of everybody
over there.
over here. It's like 8 people have
Yeah.
go over.
Can't find
A
us.
lot of us are elves or half elves. Our steps are very quiet.
You are. And of course, in fact, as the door opens, and he's, very good, come in. You see a little face over the door, and then get yanked back, either by Ismark or you, I don't know, but
Either one.
yeah, basically Finney was leaning in at his knees. Yeah. Right. I've got company, but it's fine. All is well. Do you come in?
I'm walking elegantly and quietly, roguelike,
Roguelike. Okay.
into the room.
And what does everybody see?
I'm looking for a Rictavio.
Oh well, you found him.
Oh, hello, Rictavio.
Blessings to you.
I have what we've talked about.
Even better.
Should we go to the side and talk a bit?
Well, space is at a premium here.
As we're all like shoved up against the opposite wall. Like, hello.
He says, "You had actually met once before, but maybe because it's kind of because he was like in full flight. It was dark, and so it makes sense that you wouldn't necessarily you're basically confirming. Okay, yeah, you are indeed the same guy.
Yes.
Because he's way more subdued right now than when he's just letting it rip and basically being this muckraker and storyteller.
Oh, it's nice to see you in your natural form.
Yeah, well, you do the thing. You know how it goes. You do the thing long enough, and it starts to become the thing.
Right, yes.
Well,
All of us just scrutinizing their conversations.
We're like, should we leave?
and he says, "Oh, you're wearing it, so very well." So he glances down, and you see she's got a black and gray kind of mottled silk scarf that's tied around her waist.
Yes.
Clocked.
And he says, "Interesting. All right, that's a choice." And he shuts the door, steps away, and then actually goes to his desk, and in a flash of who he might have been 30 years ago, he kind of kicks the chair and then sits backwards on it, and is just kind of enjoying the moment.
Would you like us to leave? We can talk later.
No. This is good. This is a very good thing. These are, as far as I can tell, all chosen.
We're in good company.
Well, I'm trying to think of the last time that 8 of us gathered in the same frickin' room. That's something. Why don't you introduce yourself to the rest of the children, my dear?
Oh, yes, well, I'm Fate Alia. And I've come to bring Rictavio the potion that we've talked about. I am curious if maybe you all can help me with another problem I seem to be having.
We must look really helpful. Everyone's asking us for
Well, everyone's very cryptic.
We're out here. Let's hear it.
I'm helpful.
We're all here. Now's your chance. You have our ears.
Toss a little rock at him, and then I had go on.
Well, while I was on my way here, I felt like I was being followed, and I came upon a little girl. But she wasn't a normal little girl. She seemed quite an old soul, let's say. So she handed me these items. And she let me know that I needed to give this to the Woman of Two Moons.
All right, I guess I'll take that.
So you know this Woman of Two Moons? This is you?
I flash my nails. I have one hand of black nails and one hand of red nails that represent the two moons.
We nod you on. Yes.
Well, I'll have to assume, since that was such a quick response, that you do know who the Woman of Two Moons is.
As soon as you touch that, you start to feel like that gathering of force that was happening earlier intensifies.
Oh, like right before intermission when
Yeah.
you were talking about the
Yeah.
book? Okay. Cool. She actually just sets it down right in front of her for a second. She doesn't want to touch it too long.
And just so because the design on the front can be a little bit hard. That is, in fact, a phoenix on it.
Yeah, I clocked that much.
Awesome.
Yes, she didn't give me much information.
A little girl gave you this.
A little girl.
That doesn't seem like a little girl. And she said, give this to the woman of 2 moons.
The woman of 2 moons.
What kind of fucking day is this, man?
She also gave me this card. And she said it goes to the wild child.
Well, that's a little harder to determine. We got a few of those.
Morgathi says,
I knew you were gonna say that.
Is it you?
I'm going to assume so. I may not be so sure, but it seems my companion, if you can call him that.
oh, we know. We know.
Just to clarify, your name is Fate, and you just come bringing stuff that is meant for us to have?
It's Fate with a Y.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Where the frick is the Y at?
Because that makes it better.
F-Y-U-R-L.
It's like my daughter's middle name.
Darling, I appreciate your commitment to the bit. I really do. And so this beautiful 6'5", blonde-haired, blue-eyed, pretty well-built high elf is just sitting there, and with all the sass in the world, kind of looking you up and down.
It's a boy, by the way.
As we've established, yes. And he says, "You have not been home in a while, have you?"
It's been quite a while since I've been back.
I can tell. I see the color. I see your rosy little cheeks, and no one who's underneath this tragic lack of sun has a tan like yours. So, well done.
It was quite a world outside of Barovia, but something was calling me back.
Wait, how did you leave?
She's one of the Vistani, are you not?
I do carry the scarf of a mist dancer.
Oh.
Here's your card, by the way.
Envious.
That was Morgathi taking in breath, and then he just decides,
And what's the potion you're bringing for this fellow?
That's up for Rictavio to...
make a persuasion check.
This guy does not like telling me shit. It's very annoying. Is that a nat 1?
Well, he was quite chatty.
It's a 1,
Just not answering your
I have a +6 to persuasion, but it is a nat 1.
All right.
Even with your die.
He just gives you a big smile, and then unstoppers the potion and does what you're never supposed to do, and just
No.
gives it a big old smell. Rested on the chair back that's in front of him right now, and back in.
Right, well, I think the theatrics are a bit thick right now. Maybe we just get right to the point. Obviously, you're here for a reason, and you made sure that she was, well, welcome here. So what is it that we're discussing at this point?
Not to be
Sorry to steal your normal...
Oh no, I love it actually. I'm not on the clock right now, my good man. Not to be too on the nose, but I suppose what direction you want to take your, I'm sorry, fate. Look, I don't play well with others, but it's clear that we have, over the course of this conversation, it's become clear to me that we have common cause. So, and Finny, so
Everyone in the room?
as this has been going on, Finny has been getting closer and closer to it.
And look at it later with me.
Are we?
Back up.
Varen, you could just,
Someone get Finny.
You know what? I take back the thing about spanking. I'm about to spank the kid.
no.
You can't stop.
And
She like playfully raises her hand
he
like,
scurries, Kira, save me! He runs around behind you, and you,
So, do you have any knowledge about the items you gave us?
She gave me no information other than who to give them to.
that tingles for you as well, like that start. And
Yeah.
I'm going to describe this as like, I don't know if anybody's been struck by lightning. I've never been struck by lightning personally, but it's always described as like this increase of energy all around.
Your hair stand up
Yeah.
on you when you get close and all that, yeah.
And you're not literally feeling that, but you're like, all of you are starting to spiritually feel that as there's this slow but just continual rise of energy in the room as all these chosen are gathered with intent at one point at one time.
I'm gonna investigate the
Okay.
box a little bit.
Look, I don't normally try to cross-examine people when they first walk into a room, but you have to understand, we were talking about some relatively sensitive things, and if you're here and, well, he's not making a big fuss about it, if you don't mind me asking, what is it that you're hoping to do here?
Well, I don't like to talk about this a lot, but even though I'm Visani and from Barovia, I don't know about our leadership, we'll say. So I just try to help where I can, but I don't try to get too deep into anything.
I'll look back over at Octavio. Well, nice job not revealing that little fact.
It's it's hers to say.
I think he likes the theatrics.
Yeah.
Right.
You do the thing long enough, etc., etc.
Well, as you probably guess, we're obviously from here. And we're trying to figure out what it is that we're going to do about it.
So yeah, dwarf, half elf, full elf, half orc, big, beautiful high elf, and then halfling. So they're all over the place.
You look weird.
Yeah.
So is it safe to say then that you're on the side of good or neutral? You like to keep a balance?
I
Sounds
don't
like you're on nobody's side.
like to say. I like to keep to myself, and I look out for myself.
Amen, sister.
Yeah, I like the cut of her jib. Okay. So you could just take us back.
I suppose I could help with that.
That would be great. If you can just manipulate these mists. We're from a place called High Terra. You can just figure out how to sweep us all back there.
What do you think, Octavio?
Well, you're thinking about it, and you have never heard of a place called High Terra before.
No,
So
I haven't.
you could take them. You could potentially take them to other domains of dread if you wanted, if they wanted to.
Oh.
I prefer to go home.
I mean, it makes a little sense. It wouldn't be so easy, so.
Hey, I thought all our problems were solved. Guys, there's something inside this weird box, by the way.
The tingling increases. And as you pull that out and examine it,
I don't like it immediately.
That's where we
There's
get our
a-
session today.
there is a shared no.
Drops down.
Everything in the room explodes.
End of session.
There is that shared pull of chosen essence as all of you experience a flood, a quickening, an increase. Welcome to level 4.
Fuck yeah. Y'all are welcome. I took this out of this box. Hey, thanks for the gifts, man.
She brought us a level.
She brought you a level.
New friend.
It's my level in a box.
Hello.
Real nice, man.
We made you as a level 4 character already, right? Okay, so I'm going to say you were level 3 when you walked into this room, and now you're experiencing this. So in all my different worlds, the only way, one of the few things that I am departing from the books on is this concept of the chosen, and so only a handful of people are actually able to level and become superhuman, because it is crazy to me that everybody can just kind of like tank battle axe hits and stuff, you know, because I know how to fight. That's not how that works. So your character is like literally superhuman, and she's known. That's another thing about, so you can be a mist dancer and you can just be normal. You're a chosen mist dancer, so you're like a double mutant basically, which is kind of crazy.
I like that.
Which is why your leadership is really pissed that you've been gone this long, because you're an extremely valuable asset. You know.
Yeah.
And you're essentially you've ever seen Highlander before or know about Highlander? You're essentially experiencing like a quiet quickening as your chosen essence increases in you. You feel more capable, more confident, stronger, more vibrant. And all of them, because you're all chosen together and you're feeling this together. And oddly, you've experienced this all together before. You're feeling her now in that circuit, in that rush. And without worrying about all the exact heretofores, go ahead and roll Go ahead and roll hit points.
Not right now.
Oh my freaking gosh. So wait, with the magic, whatever, now we get to do level 3 spells, or?
No, you need one more. You need one more. Yeah. But you do have more spell slots.
Okay. Dang it, this level 3 one, man. I've been wanting that one for a while.
Your D6.
Rolling thing.
Alright.
I only got a 3.
Do it.
Oh wait, what? Oh, we're doing that one?
20.
Watch me get a 20, you're like, how?
You're rolling a die 8 as a druid.
You add your con bonus.
You do.
Plus
Oh, so 3.
Okay, I like
Alright,
that, I guess.
let's go! Let's go!
Wow. Okay. All right.
Nice.
So
It is
I
good.
rolled a 4 just for the record.
rolled a 4. Okay.
It's so fucking shiny, it's hard to see.
Awesome.
So it's 4 plus my con bonus.
Yes. Yes.
Just conflating.
3, 8, 4, and Justin, what did you get?
roll a 6.
6. Okay. Great.
Not bad, everybody. Decent.
Seconds.
Okay. I know I took a picture of that thing at some point, but I never saved it, so it's lost amongst thousands of other things.
Uh-oh. Which one?
Of the table, so it shows us how many cards during what level.
So to snake. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry about that right now.
Okay.
We'll get that offline.
We can do it over the week. Hopefully we won't be needing much stuff right now.
Not to get too into the weeds, but there are production reasons why I want to get the hit points established ASAP. Okay. So
Okay.
So I pulled a tiny sword out of a box.
you pulled it
Sword
out.
necklace.
That's not worrying at all.
There was a sword necklace, and
Sort of.
hey, perfectly innocent here. And you have a flash in your mind's eye, not of mist, but of mist breaking, not of gloom, but of light, and not of sorrow, but of redemption. And as it clears, you see a beautiful winged sword that's glowing, and it has an intent and a will of its own. A will to bring the dawn never seen. And you make an Arcana roll and see how well you instantly connect with it.
11.
11 total. Yeah, that's probably enough. Because that magic is common in High Terra. If you get anywhere near dawn, you're pretty sure that this necklace is going to essentially start acting as a guide to it.
Like a little compass needle.
Yeah, maybe literally. You don't know yet, but...
All right.
And
She doesn't share any of that right now.
Rictavio's head kind of snaps up, and Finny says, "Yee!" starts dancing as he feels it.
Oh, so you all felt that too. I didn't know if it was just holding the necklace or something.
And Morgathi is staring, just dead. The high elf is just staring dead at you. And you see his face is kind of flushed. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. It feels so good, but I just wasn't ready. Okay. And he, for once, he detaches from the group and sits on some of Rictavio's unfinished projects without asking. The older chosen kind of looks over there and gives him a nasty stare, and Morgathi just kind of shrugs and stays there. Rictavio sighs and shakes his head and turns back to the rest of you.
Fate, can you tell us anything else about this girl? What did she look like? Hair color, eye color, anything that stood out about her?
All I can say is that she was an old soul.
Well,
You do have her name if you want to give them
Her name was Annabelle.
oh God.
Arabelle, sorry.
Arabelle.
I'm like the possessed doll.
Why do you think Arabelle was an old soul?
She just had a way about her, the way she spoke, and the fact that she gave me some weird trinkets and with cryptic names. That had something to do with it.
I'd say the cryptic and names and things like that seems to be a pretty common thing around here.
True.
And no offense, in particular from your folk.
That is fair. Something about her, though. Something in her eyes, something in her demeanor just told me she wasn't a typical 7-year-old girl.
All right. I'll tell you. Look, I'm emboldened by the fact that there seems to be more here than there was the day before around what to do about this place. But I gotta tell you, there's a whole lot of hearsay and a lot of unproven, speculations about what's going on.
Yeah, and the more information we get, the more questions I have.
So let's talk plainly. I know a lot of people in this room want to leave this place. I know a lot of people in this room want to do something about Strahd sitting up on that corner, up in that castle. And if what we've learned in recent times is true, there are ways to threaten him with it.
Oh, yes.
If we choose that path, it must be done so intentionally and carefully.
We should be focusing on leaving. Why are we focused on Strahd? I'm sorry, Ismark. I'm sorry, Sasha. Sure, you're a great guy, or Octavio, or whatever. You can leave whenever you want.
I'm not.
We don't necessarily need to solve this problem. We need to solve the problem of getting the fuck out of here.
Unless we can't solve one problem without solving the other.
So, obviously we're here for a reason to have this conversation. What is it you think it was?
Somebody brought us here, and now we don't even know if it was... I guess we don't say his name. Mr. Big Bad. Could have been somebody else. Somebody who wanted to take him down just as much as y'all do.
Justin, make a persuasion check.
I like Mr. Grumpy Pants.
Mr. Grumpy Pants, all right. I'll tell you what, when I find him, I am going to spank him.
He might enjoy it.
That's
14. You see him go somber again. That changes things. I need to leave you people. This isn't safe. This isn't safe.
Well, before you run out of this room, maybe a little close in a bit.
Maybe.
What's not safe? How can we protect ourselves if we're not being included in it? Are we together in this or not? If you're going to trust us, if we're going to trust you, you have to trust us.
My presence endangers you. I didn't expect to get this enmeshed in this group this frickin' quickly. That was a quickening.
Yeah.
Hey?
It's
You're
been
welcome.
years since that's happened to me. But you'll find by the laws of this land, chosen or tamped down, it can only become so strong here. So for me, it was a pseudo. I felt it, but it's not going to take. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Kind of.
Because I'm already past that limit.
Mm-hmm.
You are not. You're younger in your career. But that means that our fates are beginning to get intertwined. No pun intended. And it's not safe. It's not good for me to remain with. No entanglements.
It draws too much attention.
Well, you need to answer for this because you know her. You're the only reason she's here, and somebody knew enough to give her this stuff.
I had nothing to do with that.
I believe you, but somebody did. Somebody knew that it was going to be making its way over here.
Maybe you're not as sneaky and
Where
clever
did
as you
these
think.
objects come from?
No one is.
How do we know that this is not your elven leader bringing objects from another world?
Why don't we put...
How do you know this is not help? The help you've been wanting.
The help I want is from her wisdom. All other help to me is pretty suspect. And this... I don't think she knows about this.
Look, before recent developments, our intention was to, I don't know, make some decisions about what to do with this lad and what to do about keeping this place up and running. Because it seems that this Vallaki place is about as resistant as it gets to Strahd's influence around here. So it seemed like there was a good reason to keep it afloat.
Yeah.
But if you've got more information, we could definitely use it. Especially if you're going to, hightail it out of here.
Morgathi says, Gods, I can't believe I'm prolonging the misery, but I don't know if I agree with that assessment, Durgan. I'm beginning to think that Vallaki's a trap, and a better place for this child would be in Kresk. I don't know that, I'm not sure, but he looks over at Octavio. There's this tale of a Gaian-fueled pond or pool or something over there. Well, I mean, that would seem to be the logical place to go for some sort of relief, right?
That's what, I don't know. That's why I'm looking for the people who have been living here to answer these questions, but we just seem to get more mystery than anything else.
Yes, I would agree.
So,
Can we drop the pretense of cryptic answers just for 5 minutes?
Octavio says, those 5 minutes, dwarf, could seal your fate. There's a reason I operate the way that I do. Ask what you're going to ask, and I'll answer what I can.
Well, is his assumption correct? Is it better? Is this place actually a trap in disguise as a bastion?
Of course it is. The only question is, for whom? I don't think... How long have you been here?
A day?
Longer than that, but...
I don't know.
Yeah, he says, in Barovia, a few days, right?
Handful of days.
A few days, handful, so...
So I don't think... So to answer the immediate question, no, I don't think that Karolova... She's clever, but she's not prescient. I don't think that she knew that you were going to be here. I think the trap that's brewing right now and all this activity is for someone else or towards some other end. That doesn't mean it's not dangerous, and it doesn't mean that she can't spot you here and decide to do an about face and make you the target.
Mark, it's your brother.
I know.
You should make the call. Where do you think he's going to be safest? You have all the information that we have.
Gira?
I didn't ask Gira. Maybe I should. A woman's mind would be keener anyway.
Hey, I just mean, I value her counsel.
You headed here because you thought it was safe. And we get here and we learn that there's one of these brides targeting this place. So obviously, it is not. But I am beginning to see there's nowhere really safe in this valley. There are some places that might be more hidden. But how much will you hide? Hiding is a good idea for only so long.
Sasha's taking the map out as this conversation is going. And he starts looking around. Is that the place? The mansion that you were talking about? And he looks, Rictavio looks and says, that's the name Arganvas told down here, so.
Where is he pointing?
Okay. Then you guys are here in Vallaki. So it's actually
That's the haunted one?
Yeah, the haunted mansion down there.
It seems no matter where we go, we have to clear out something. We just need to be smart. Or pick a place and make it safe.
We could send him with the Vistani. Could she not take him somewhere else, somewhere safer? We could pay. We have money.
Handsomely.
Do you a favor.
Ismark.
Get the kid somewhere safe.
Ismark is looking at you. Veren, your earlier words, so this is the older brother. Your earlier words are sticking with me, though. Or whoever said, maybe it is the safest that he stay beside us, even though we're going to be in combat.
That was me. I don't feel like
confusing us.
Well, I don't feel like this place is safe anywhere. If anything, I feel like if we want him to be safe, we need to keep him safe.
Yeah.
But we're going to be mixing it up, and probably targets.
Yeah, and
In fact,
no offense, but
my follow-up question is:
target.
Fate, you, Sadi Durgan, your leadership, they might harm Sasha.
It's very possible.
Damn it.
The thing is
Well, I thought what we were asking is that you could take this lad to a different land, not.
But you also said there are certain things you will not do.
Well, they're all dangerous, right? I mean, they all have their own version of the thing in the castle. Yes.
basically.
Well, can you travel to places other than this? I mean, obviously they exist. We're not from here. And we're not from an alpha place. You said that you're originally, he's pointing to Rictavi, you're obviously not from some place like this, but you said it was some sort of hell.
I wouldn't go that. Yes, there is no place as a junior mist dancer, most likely. Correct me if I'm wrong. There is not going to be. You can go many places, but there's not going to be any place that's safe. Not really.
Is anywhere safe?
There are going to be places that are less active.
But there'll be places that are not looking for him.
Granted, yes.
Anyone who's looking in this world that we are in right now can find what they're looking for if they know that they're looking for it.
Well, if they got to know they'll pass over a barrier, do they not?
Well, the first thing to establish is this something you are willing to possibly do?
Have I told him that I found that he's special? Have I told him that I saw the special thing that...
I don't think so.
Okay, that's why they're not...
That was pretty early. That was pretty early on.
Yeah. I haven't told you... I think he might be useful. I think he's special. I think there's something about him.
Of course my brother's special.
And he's right. He's right there. He can hear too. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So now, yeah, give him a look. I mean, it was early at the beginning. I really didn't know you guys. I didn't feel like it was necessarily important to tell you. But every single time you guys talk about getting rid of him, something inside of me tells me no, don't. Like, don't let him out of our
Trying
sight.
to get rid of him. We're trying to keep him safe.
She's right. I just realized.
Semantics.
What's the one thing he's always painting?
Son?
Something
Not just any sun. The dawn. He's painting what we're looking for. He's gonna help.
And he's
us.
never seen it.
He doesn't even know why he paints that.
Maybe.
I bet he's the
Sasha
key
is
for us finding all this shit. We
much
need
of
to
a
keep him
part
with
of
us.
Well, in any event, Octavio, I have a follow-up question. Obviously, there's a way to play this, we'll call it game, how to maneuver without getting caught. What is that? I mean, we're going to be traveling as a big bright beacon of hell, so...
True.
As he's about to answer, you see Sasha just kind of shaking a little bit, and he turns. How close are you to him, and how close is Ismark to him?
I was thinking there was maybe like one person in between us, so maybe a couple feet
Okay.
in between me and Sasha. Yeah.
Okay, so Sasha turns into his.
I figured we're all packed into this one.
Yeah.
They're still like, who's next?
Sasha turns into his brother, and Ismark just puts a big arm around him and is holding him to him. Go ahead.
How do we move around in this land of Barovia without, well, drawing more attention to ourselves than we already will? I mean, without the obvious things of don't obviously get too noticed.
You keep playing the fool, at least for me, but I have the advantage that there's one of me and my buddy in the wagon. It's just the two of us, so otherwise you have to take a different tack with 8 of you. It's a different sort of thing.
So there was no magic involved. You were just being a little extra sneaky. That was your main
I
tactic.
didn't say that.
I mean, you do put on a show. Bravo, because I thought that you were cooler than that, but that's okay.
It's turned off now.
Yeah. I'm just annoyed by his whole whatever act that he has going on here. I'm like, why is he flirting with me? Why is all this bullshit happening? I'm like, ugh. And now you're going to pretend like, oh, I have my ways, and your ways is a freaking wagon. Get out of here.
Maybe he's flirting with you because he knows you're valuable because you are a she-elf.
Everyone wants something here.
True.
I don't want something here. I want something the fuck out of here.
And that desire, too, is the thing.
I think we have to keep Sasha with us. He's the safest with us because the only way we can be sure he's protected is with us.
Yes.
And I truly think he is the key to something.
Durgan does not like this.
No, I don't like this at all.
I'll hear what you have to say as an alternative.
I don't know where we're supposed to take him. But I do know that we're going to be
Then we don't take him anywhere.
on our backs.
I think that you're afraid he's going to slow us down. And he's going to distract us in the times of battle.
No, I think we're talking about taking a lad here and putting him in harm's way. Because we're going to be going into harm's way.
I think that you think that harm's way is he's allowed to get out of it somewhere. I think that it's everywhere, and it's better that we have control over what's in front of us rather than guessing and worrying the whole time. And what if he gets taken? Like, what happens then?
All of you people say this like you're used to staying in one place.
True.
Like Glenn would travel all the time with our children. We protect our own. We don't leave them somewhere in a cave to be found by wolves or other things.
No, that's true. And I'm not talking about putting him in a wolf cave.
This whole place is
talking about leaving him undefended.
Yes, Mark.
Not.
If you take him somewhere and you walk away and you leave him there, he's going to replay that image in his mind for the rest of his life.
It's not so much as that.
It's just the truth. You can tell yourself it's for the greater good and that he's safer, but I just want you to know that we'll be with him.
That is a very twisted way to put it.
That's an awful thing to say, Farron. From Sasha himself, as tears start coming down his little
I'm
face.
trying to protect you.
I go over to him and like rub his back just to console like a little bit.
Don't yell at my brother.
None of you are hearing reason anymore.
I agree.
You don't know what it's like to get fucking left by your family. Okay? Your parents were wonderful and adored you, and I'm sorry that you lost them.
My
He doesn't
parents
need to
are
lose
dead.
another person. You're alive and you're gonna leave him behind when you could be with them? They didn't choose to leave you. You're gonna choose to leave him behind? I get it. You want him to be safe. He's safest with you. He's safest with the rest of us. And we need him to get the fuck out of here.
I need him to be safe. I just buried my father. You people help me with that. He's barely in the grave, and I'm now thinking about losing the last fucking member of my family that I have in this miserable world.
You're not gonna know if you lost him or not if he's not there. You could lose him and you wouldn't even know. I get a letter maybe a few months later. Keep him under your fucking nose.
I think fear is controlling a lot of this emotion right now.
Hera puts a hand on his Merc's shoulder.
You
Almost takes a half step in front of him, facing her.
You can feel him just shaking with raw emotion right now.
Aaron, I know you make a good point. But the way you do it is unkind.
I never claimed to be kind. I'm not here to be everybody's best friend. I want to get us out of here in one piece.
Sasha, what do you think? I think we should ask him how he feels about this.
I don't want anyone to get hurt because of me.
Lad, none of this is because of you.
No, you're wrong, Durkin.
Listen, these things that are coming to get any of us are going to be coming anyway. You understand? It's not because you're here. And I, for one, will fight the darkness if I have to alone.
But what if it is? What if it's because of me?
It's not. You're just one more person who's being targeted. And yeah, maybe you have some part to play. But
We all have
don't you ever feel like this is your fault, or that somehow us protecting you is your fault. That's not how this thing works. Do you understand?
He speaks the truth, Sasha.
Do you really think that there's something that I can that I can do, that I can help with. Is that true? In your heart, do you feel that?
When I held this necklace in my hands and we all felt the quickening, I saw the dawn.
Did you feel something when it happened?
No, but I'm not chosen, so...
I grab him, I like turn, because I'm...
Yeah.
I grab him and like by his shoulders and face him. I said, have you ever felt that you don't belong in this place? Have you ever felt that there was somewhere else? That there was some other thing that you needed to do? Obviously, you have this thing inside of you. Have you ever felt anything?
Every day of my life.
I feel like a chill go down my spine. I'm like,
What did you feel when you painted?
How terrible hope can be.
you never knew you were hopeless until you realized you had hope. It's eye-opening.
But I won't let it go. If you think there is something that I can do to help you, then I don't care about the danger. I know that I can die easy. I know that we can all die. And it's better to die trying to do something than sitting around and waiting. That's what mother said, and look what it got her. Mother was... There weren't... This group is different. And this isn't Escher. Mr. Ricavio, you were talking about Escher's group. I was a child when they came by, and I remember them. And he was beautiful, and they were strong and brave and doomed. This group is not doomed. We may die, but it's going to be a death of our own making.
I squeeze his shoulders and I sit back up and take a glance at everyone. A silent glance as we shared probably the same thought.
I'm sorry for what I said, Sasha. I mean what I say, but I don't mean to try to hurt you. You're just a child. You're innocent in all of this. And I respect you for being so brave.
A brave warrior.
She is now neutral evil now.
Those are the words of a warrior. And yes, to hope is a scary thing.
All right.
But it is the heartbeat of life. And sometimes our heart hurts. But it means we are alive.
Ismark looks at you. Make an insight check.
Make out.
Metaphorical man.
Remember, he's lived, Hannah, literally under the shadow of the terrible castle his entire life. So there's been no hope in his whole
Just
life.
one of those, like, invested in relationships, so it works out later in the die thing. Yeah.
Insight?
Yeah.
That is a 21.
Oh,
Is that a natural 20?
Yeah, no, it's 17.
17 plus 4.
that's very good.
He stares at you hard.
He's into it.
There's a softness in her face and in her eyes.
He glances at your lips and then back at your eyes.
She'll smile a little bit more.
And then
Me, player me, is like, yeah! And she's like,
All right, Sasha. Look me in the eye. It should be easy since we're about the same height. What do you want to do? And if you don't know just yet, we've got a little time for you to think about it.
No, I know what I want, Durgan. I want to walk toward the dawn,
Okay.
even though I've never seen it.
He's gonna look at his mark. He's gonna eventually get out of whatever place you put him, if that's his thoughts. So, here's what I'm gonna propose. If you're coming with us, you lad, you're gonna learn to fight. You're gonna learn to defend yourself. And his mark, you're going to do the best you can, not because you're trying to push him in front of danger, but because you're trying to keep him able to defend himself. Hey?
That was never in question, Durgan. And moreover, you already have I don't remember the word, but you already have... The Lord of the Dawn Star has blessed you. I know that you're a good man. I don't need any more. I don't need any more than that.
I believe that people need to make their own choices, ultimately.
Aye.
So, if you're telling me you're coming with us, you're going to do the best you can to survive, and it's going to be a hard road. It's going to be... We're probably going to be facing off against things that are horrible. And yeah, you're right. Maybe these things will come for you looking anyway. But you can almost assure that we're going to find them no matter what we do. And it may be a lot sooner than if you didn't. But if that's your choice, then you need to be as prepared as you can and figure out what you can do to make it successful and to live.
That's to Sasha.
That's to
the brother. Right. Okay. To both of the brothers. They turn at the same time, look at each other, and they both like firmly nod to each other. And Ismark says, "All right. Well, now I have two things to fight for."
And I stand with you. And I put my hand over and I stand up, hopefully starting a gathering where we all okay, so yeah, and I stand with you.
And my axe.
He bows down, and through your blood, you hear a whisper of an ancient cry of defiance. Lunara Invictus. Or Invicta. Lunara Invicta. Like a hint of what her wisdom must have screamed on a field of battle 40,000 years ago.
I wrote that in my journal. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you tell anybody any of this, we'll kill you.
Hi. Rictavio starts to gather his things. Not in a hurry, not in a rush, but like the tide of a dawn, like the rising tide, basically, and just kind of getting further into his things. He looks
back to my original question: how do we make this work, especially with you somehow?
He glances over, and Fate, I'm going to have you make probably your only roll this session. Go ahead and make a persuasion check, and let me see how much into Rictavio likes the cut of your jib.
7.
7. Okay, 7 on the die, which for you makes that. Okay.
Not great.
Makes it a mysterious number that none of us know.
Not super high, but so you see him once, twice, and then finally 3 times. He pauses and he starts to look over a shoulder, like he's going to address you, and then finally, and I'm going to say there's some other logistical conversation. You're kind of preparing yourselves. You might even leaf through a bit more of the journal, find some more rambling, find some, essentially how just a total refusal to take any responsibility for anything that's going on, essentially, is kind of what you're getting for. But you do pick up Gira because you are oddly kind of a scholar. The thing that keeps jumping out at you is this is a hardened general. So people think of him as a vampire lord now, but never forget
There's a military.
He was a brilliant tactician and strategist.
Great.
On top of there.
She'll make a mental note of that.
A leader of men, to put it short, to put it briefly. And finally he looks over and he says, "You Vistani and your curses. Not you. There's a reason that I can't stay around you people, and it's not... It is what it is.
Are you marked in some way?
It is what it is.
You know, more cryptic answers don't exactly set us on the right path, you know. Well, I'm trying to understand.
I appreciate that. And you are, from stem to stern, Durgan Oakenshield, a cleric of the light. Mine is a little more savage. I love Pelor with all my heart, but it's a very, very different relationship. And sometimes the light has to gather and build, or it... At my best, I see myself as a hand around the candle, protecting it from the wind. If I enmesh myself too much in you people, I'm actually detrimental. That's how it goes. You, my dear, have a decision to make, a few days after you've gotten home? It's up to you. Enmeshed with these people, not enmeshed with these people. How much? How little? You don't have a curse lingering over your head. So you actually have free will in this.
Well, I left looking for some peace and couldn't find it.
You're not going to find it in this room.
No. And so I guess I'm here for an adventure.
I know that there are things that you have to find, and there are things that you have to... There are accounts that need to be balanced here. But these people are here and they're active. And you're going to have to decide where you fit into that, as well as they're going to have to decide what they allow. Believe me, there's no telling them anything.
My turn for a halo.
And he says, I believe there was some talk about going to, speaking of leadership, the good, the not so good Baron here. And Ismark says, yes, I still think that's the next thing we should do. Announce ourselves and just, what did you say, Durgan? I don't think there's a way. Look, I know there are people in this room smarter than me, okay? I'm not delusional, but I do think that there's something to the idea that they're going to find us no matter what, so we may as well play into that. Just be, bold about what we're doing. And for whatever it's worth, the Kolyanovich name is known here. My father had some kind of relationship with the Baron. If he knows that I'm the son, that my father is gone now, etc., it may give us some small layer of protection while we're here.
You announcing yourself is also an expected move.
What do you mean?
If someone is watching us from a distance, seeing you left Barovia, people might expect you to come here first. If anyone is tracking your name, doing the expected move first makes them underestimate you.
So
Do the unexpected thing next.
So you think it's a good thing?
To show them that we can be spontaneous? Is it not better to downplay?
It only matters if someone decides to follow your footsteps.
What she's saying is it's best to just play the part so that we don't stand out. It's when we start becoming unpredictable that...
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, okay.
Be predictable at first.
Yeah.
Look, Morgathi says, kind of sprawled out, having taken over Rictavia's bed.
Just laying on the bed.
It's the bed desk.
all 6'5" of them, yeah, just kind of sprawled out. He says, we know that this Karolova bitch is going to have spies inside of whatever household, right? I mean, we can pretty much agree on that. Mm-hmm. So, I mean,
She is smart.
take that for what it's worth. And Rictavia says you have a lot of choices ahead of you. I'm going to keep the room, but I'll let the Martikovs know to give you an extra key, just in case you need the space. Okay, so are you going to wait with him, or as he's gathering his things, are you going to get together and go see the Baron? or do something else?
I'm not gonna sit there.
Well, I'll probably. I mean, I don't know. He's just gathering. If he's gathering his stuff just to leave, I guess
We could at least go over to our room and then
Okay.
talk to whoever this person is.
Fate if she really thinks she
Right?
might come along.
Get to know Fate a little bit more.
If you'll have me.
I'm just gonna take a second to breathe on the inside balcony right there outside the room while they all go do whatever. I'm just gonna be in my thoughts and chill. Yeah.
It's been a lot.
Yeah.
It's been a lot.
If savage or not, it's good to know that there's another beacon of light here.
Hope, eh? And I look over at Sasha. Nah.
He smiles. He smiles.
And if there's ever, I don't know, if there's ever something you need to tell us, I guess get creative.
Never change. And he gives you what you think is the first actual smile you've seen out of him.
A real smile.
Farron, I'm gonna say that you get Fate alone for a little bit, as people are filtering about, and kind of do different thing. Like Gira, you're gonna make sure the room is in order. You're gonna make sure everybody's weapons, gear, blah blah blah. Just kind of go through that. Ismark goes with you. He doesn't even really say anything, but you can feel his presence next to you, and the two of you are almost like mirror images of each other as you're getting things ready.
Yeah, I would say there's even like the cute little moments where she'll do like the soft touch of his arm as she's moving like to get to other things. Yeah, that's happening.
That's going on. Okay.
What's going on?
Okay.
Love.
She may be a half orc, but dang, she knows. She got it down. All right.
And actually, the last thing I'll say with you and Rictavio is he just looks up and he says, "Pray with me."
Of course.
And so he kneels down and he begins a quiet but earnest prayer to Pelor to burn away all the injustices and evils of the world, and for him to be a bonfire wherever he goes. All right, so you pull her off. I'm going to say that you're on that mezzanine, but like a down, but away a little bit from where everybody else is at. Yeah.
It's safe for you to even be seen here? I know they're weird about the Vistani in this village, town, whatever.
Probably not. I hide my scarf when necessary.
So where are you coming from? Rictavio kept alluding to you've been gone for a while. Where were you?
I just traveled a lot. I traveled around for quite a while, just kind of looking for a purpose, looking for a place to belong. I never really felt like I belonged with the Vistani, to be honest with you.
I can say I kind of relate to that feeling. Never fit in with my own people. Had to kind of make my own way and ended up leaving myself, but...
So you understand.
I understand, but it doesn't mean I can just jump into trusting you with my folk here.
I understand that. I also have trust issues.
Wow.
It shall be our bond.
I guess, what on earth do you think you're gonna get out of coming with us? I don't understand what your motivation is exactly. It's making me a little antsy.
Well, you guys seem like a mixed group of a bunch of, people that looking for belonging.
That was probably not the best way to meet us. That was intense, but you're not wrong.
It was really, really deep.
We've been going through some shit. I mean, it seems like it. We don't really know what the hell we're doing here, and we've seen some really dark and nasty stuff, and we don't necessarily agree on the best way to move forward, in case you can't tell, so, it causes some tension now and then, but I mean, we worked together better than you'd expect.
I've seen worse.
Who have
worse.
We've only been together for a few days. We didn't really know each other before we got to Barovia, except for Durgan, the short dwarfy guy. he and I have been together for a while. And the half-orc girl, her and the other short guy, they've been together for a little bit.
Great.
So-
Everyone's got a mini-me.
While they're going,
You always need a tall and a small.
I'm like listening in. I'm like half asleep. I'm doing my little nap thing. I'm like leaning on the railing, like I'm against it, and just
Okay,
like.
but you're keeping one of your sure.
Yeah.
But, I've met, not a Miss Dancer quite yet, but a few Vistani that I actually kind of liked. I don't know.
Well, you seem like good people to me, or
Well, I don't know about that.
whatever. Good enough. That, I've been looking for a crew to belong to, as I've been saying, and if you'll give me the chance, I'll give you guys the chance.
Well, I think we would stand to learn a bit about your people. We don't really understand it, and it seems like they play into a lot of the dynamics going on around here.
And I can help with that. I think, a little bit of collaboration never hurt anybody.
Shit knows we're not going to get anywhere by ourselves around here. You drink wine?
I drink wine.
Okay, because that was a deal breaker. Thank God. Well, maybe I'll run downstairs so you don't get spotted. Bring up enough for the group of us, and you could tell us a little bit more about yourself and about your people.
I think I could do that.
All right. You head on in before somebody sees you.
Okay.
I'll open our
Yeah. You
door
open
to
your
our room.
I'll push us forward just a bit. You go down. You talk with Danica, the morning barkeep, as you found out. She usually takes the morning. Her husband usually takes the evening.
Yes, I always drank this much wine at this time of day.
Okay. Not mine to judge. And you finish getting that, and you feel actually more than a hint. You feel the presence of an older, more visceral god, maybe, than Lathander. Because Lathander, even though he is a greater god, like it's a mighty figure, a mighty spiritual presence, he is relatively young, as gods go. This is almost more the idea of creation, of the sun in its rawest form. It's like a burning star. But there is clearly a lineage. And Rictavio looks at you and so like the room doesn't look abandoned. The room looks like he might come back at any time, but he's compacted everything into an almost ridiculously efficient rucksack that's been, decades in the making of just exactly how he wants everything. And he probably has like 50% more crap, packed in there than you normally could. And he just gives you a little nod and tells you, if there's something vital, I'll find a way to reach out.
May the light keep you.
And he gets out of there. All right, you're in the room and gathered up. Ismark's a little bit antsy, but Fate joins you. And what question did you want to put to her?
A lot.
Tell us what you know.
What caused you to want to switch sides like this? If he can't trust you, how can we?
I've lost quite a bit of people myself. And although most Vistani really are truly self-centered, I feel that I have a bit more of a heart than most somehow. And somehow I care more than most, so that's why I felt like I haven't really fit in for so long.
I think all of us have an agreement that we have never really fit in a lot of our places, so I guess you fit in right along
It
with
does seem to be the theme, darling.
Well, anyone else?
I'm not sure. Am I actually in the room?
Yeah. This is maybe we skip maybe like half an hour or something.
We're all back.
Yeah, to get all that.
So what is it that you want to get out of this?
I understand the skepticism. It sounds like you guys have really been through quite a bit.
It's been a bit.
And I can just pass through. I don't have to come with, but I just thought you guys might need the help.
I'll be honest with you, Fate. Your people really haven't... They've actually been pretty decent to us, all things considered. But there's a lot of rumors about how you can come and go, and that there's, in some ways, you're sort of working to keep things as they are. At least the people that you come from are. So yeah, there's a bit of skepticism, you might say. So
I understand that.
instead of just beating around the bush, I mean, surely they're going to feel like they're betrayed if you're going to be helping us wreck that system.
I'm taking a big risk. That's for sure.
And I think the big question on everyone's mind is why?
Durgan, she's not going to be singing and dancing and announcing it, I assume.
I think she just told us. She's tired of losing people. She feels, and she's not supposed to. So she's here.
Something's compelling me, and I can't explain it.
There is the impression that the Vistani seem to be immune to the worst of this place. Is that true?
Good question.
That could be a part of it. That could be something that can actually help me help you.
I guess maybe let me rephrase the question. What is it you're willing to do? Because
That's a good
What are
question.
the lines that did not come
Yeah.
across?
No, you realize. I mean, you've been kind of in a self-imposed exile for a while, going through all these bizarre, terrible lands. Different from Barovia, but they all have their issues. All of them have their issues. Like the last one you just got through was a swampland with essentially like a necromantic overlord. Who manipulated zombies and swamp creatures instead of vampire. And as you're getting back home, you're too valuable for them to kick you out, for them to turn on you.
Right.
But there's just a tension and a wariness, and it doesn't really feel like home anymore.
Right.
That camp.
Well, I felt very used, and I'd like to use my ability for something good.
For something of your own choosing.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
You're tired of your destiny being chosen for you.
Right.
You want to take control. I think it's about time we all do that.
Ismark, you know more about the Vistani than any of us. How do you feel about bringing one into our circle if we're going to be, traveling this land together, working together? How does that strike you?
Well, apologies, but deserve all Vistani I know. But you are from the camp outside of Valaki, no? He says, it is known that they are far deeper in the council of Strahd. Are you really willing to risk being cast out by your own people to help a bunch of strangers?
hey,
I never truly felt very connected to my own people, and so I guess I just don't feel like I have very much to lose at this point.
But you're going to come and go with the mist, right? Well, and Morgathi says, okay, well, how about a demonstration of good faith?
I like that idea.
What did you have in mind?
You can come in and out of this little fog issue that we're having, essentially at will. Am I understanding this correctly? All right. Let's use it. We need to pick. I'm presumably you can get to different points that would be very difficult to us, and more importantly, unobserved. So let's pick something. Let's ask Fate here to go investigate it and come back with some intelligence.
What were some of the items that we needed here?
A lot of things.
I know one of them was like, we found them, the rubies. We found those. So what was another thing that we need? Who has that list?
Well, that was a surprise. That wasn't something we were specifically looking for.
We needed a necklace, right? Not this one, a different one. Some item that perhaps could be used by you. I mean, if you can just find this sword for us, that would be...
I was like, a sword, or what about an item of his that could give us some insight and
necklace, that could be...
how
Maybe that is
defeat him.
necklace. Maybe I have...
Or a map of the castle? Or...
While they're doing this, I actually want
A
to...
little bit smaller.
While this conversation's happening, I want to see if I can keep a read on her face.
Okay, go ahead and make an insight check, and go ahead and... Okay, I lied. I guess you're making 2 rolls. Make a deception roll.
That is a natural 20.
Nat 20! Okay.
That's a 26.
9, okay.
It's like a book.
26 total.
All right. You're looking over there, and as these various things are being suggested, and you're weighing dangers and, all of this, because obviously your character knows a lot more about Barovia having grown up here than the player does. How is she feeling at this moment? Like, how is she taking this in, this monumental shift in, paradigm, really?
I think she is feeling like she's been searching for what she was supposed to do for a while already, and she's been like curious and going from place to place, kind of like thinking that, oh, here's where my purpose is and what I'm meant to do. Oh no, here it is. Oh no, here it is. But now she's feeling like, oh wait, maybe this is what it was supposed to be all along. Just like, and that's her true curiosity, but she doesn't really want to like super reveal that to everybody, or like it's such a personal kind of journey that I think she knows, she's being called to this and she can't explain it, and so she can't necessarily like describe it to the depths of to convince everybody, because it comes from an ether that doesn't like even make sense to her.
Right. She doesn't even. Right, she can't explain it to others because she doesn't fully understand it herself.
Right.
So so basically, Justin, then you're reading this. You see her grappling with this paradigm shift in real time.
Right.
As he's different, but trying to keep just a kind of a blasé face outwardly. And Morgathi says, "Okay, well, let's pick a place. We have this whole damn map.
The vineyard.
We may as well use it."
Just to get a lay of the land, see how bad it is over
It was the place we were thinking of going next, at least originally.
Are we going towards the lake? Don't we have to investigate that, or we already did that?
It may not be directly related to the larger items that we need to find, but it would help increase our reputation here in the town.
Yeah, and having the hookup at this inn is going to be helpful if we need a place to...
If what the innkeeper told us is true, if that situation is not resolved, then this town will not be safe for very many people.
And we're not going to have somewhere to drink, which is a really big problem for me.
Also important.
And that is the important thing.
That's right,
Matthew says. See? Common ground. I'm trying.
You're doing well. I'm proud of you.
If we cannot have ale, then we cannot let the wine dry up.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're familiar with the area?
I am. I spent a lot of my youth in the area.
There you go. He says, all right. Well, there you go. Go see, because things have gone to hell.
We share with her the little we do know.
Okay.
I suppose.
About the scarecrows.
Yeah.
And the...
So she's gonna teleport us there, or she's
She's gonna go investigate. Yeah.
It was a
tell us what's up.
And we'll do that offline. We can
Grand Hag or whatever.
talk about. Yeah.
Haggy.
Right.
And your character might even know a little bit more about the Grand Hag. But usually she's willing to keep herself, usually she's willing to keep herself kind of in her area in the south. But you were a little surprised to find that these scarecrows now are just kind of running rampant in this area, right? At the moment. Okay.
Funsies.
How do you want to take your leave of these fine folk?
Well, I guess it's my time to prove to you guys that I'm here for a reason and that we've all met each other for a reason, even if we can't explain it. And if you need me to go do this so that I can show you that I am compelled to be on this side for whatever reason that I can't explain, then that is what I will do.
Think of it also as you discovering for yourself.
I will. And time to go back to the days of my youth, I guess.
The Wizard of Wines.
Nostalgia.
The Wizard of Wines Winery.
All right.
Okay.
And consider what it is that you're doing it for. If you don't know, anyone that doesn't know why they're doing what they're doing, they're just going to drift.
Well, seeing that kid cry really put it in me, so I think we're good. I can remember that.
Y'all are welcome.
Sasha
It's a very
blushes a little
emotional
bit.
moment.
I did it on purpose.
I do have a heart. I can feel that.
Note to self, she does not like crying children.
Manipulation time.
This is good sign.
just kind of Sasha pops over. Thank you. And he walks over to you and he tries to hug you.
You're probably not used to it, so you're like,
Still reading her.
Honest reaction.
And you see his beautiful amber gold flecked eyes sparkling.
I guess you're kind of cute.
All right, and the last thing I'll say is, as fate takes her leave, the rest of you gather your things and you head over to see the Baron. Yes.
If at all possible, I'd like to make a quick trip past the blacksmith.
Okay.
Presumably, I'm going to ask if I can pay for a little time at the end of the day.
Oh, little time at the forge. Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No problem. Make a note of that though, because I don't want to forget that. Cool character details like that can sometimes get lost in the shuffles.
Yeah.
That's an important for you. That'll be really grounding for him. Okay. Does anybody else have any quick ones?
Is anybody elf?
Anybody else? I know.
A couple of
hidden elf.
Been a lot of
Well,
elves.
that's a little exclusionary.
If so, hit me. Let me know, and I'll work that into the narrative. Okay, so you're going.
Minority yet? Sorry, go.
Always have been.
I mean, y'all are from High Terra, so it's elf dominated. And the last
You feel like the minority.
Yeah, I do.
tables have turned.
how the tables have turned. Fate, you slip off. You look around yourself to make sure that you're not observed. And there's always mist in this land. I know you haven't played in this campaign setting before, but there's just constantly some kind of fog. But to you, they're different. There's fog, and then there's the mist, the capital M.
Okay, gotcha.
So you're slipping by. You're slipping by. Some of the people are watching you. Even a guard notes you. But as soon as they see that gray and black mottled scarf, they kind of, because of course in their mind you're gonna snatch them away. And then you slip off, and with a few well-placed steps, you call the mists to you when you find a pocket of them, and they swirl and take you. And that is where we will pause the tale for now, friends. We'll pick back up at the Barrens.
All right.
Okay.
All right, faraway friends. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us. Thank you, Miss Hannah, for coming and playing with us. Somebody else in the mix who may from time to time pop up
Where I just missed your way in.
and just kind of come
way
in
in.
and come out.
Call her a celebrity shot.
Otherwise, we thank you so much for being with us. And as you go on about your journey out there, stay safe, stay curious, and do not get swept up yourself. And we will see you next time. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.